Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another VKIDS Sunday. It is so great to have you join with us today. Good morning, Hamilton. How are you? You good? What's been going on, Hamilton? Oh, you caught up with your family on a family Zoom. That sounds really fun. Okay, so we've got so much for you this morning. We have got all our usuals. We've got the story, we've got a response time, we've got our memory verse, and we've got a worship song. But first of all, let's head over to the God Spot and see what's been going on this week. Hamilton, it's time for the God Spot, and we had one picture, didn't we, that we wanted to show you, and this one has been sent in by the McClasson family, and they've been taking part in the Love Your Neighbour project, which, if you remember, is with our whole Vintage Church family, and it's helping to love our community in this time. And it looks like they've been doing some baking, and Madeline, I wonder if you've been decorating those beautiful bags to put the baking in. So thank you so much for sending those in, and don't forget you can send anything in to us at our vkids@vintagechurchla.com email address. And we love to see what you guys have been up to, whether it's Love Your Neighbour, whether it's some crafts or drawings you've been doing, or if you just want to tell us something or say hello, please do email into that email address. Well, Hamilton is super excited because it's time for our story, his favourite part of the morning. And today our story has a flood, it has a boat, and it has some animals in it. I wonder if you can guess what it is. Let's go and find out now. Good morning. My name's Teresa Green and you're watching VKIDS News. The main story today, we have a man named Noah who believes that God has asked him to build a huge boat. This boat must be big enough for all Noah's family and 2 of every single animal. Noah has commented, God is sending a storm, so he's asked me to build a boat. He's promised to rescue me and my family. And it is also reported that Noah's neighbors have been pointing and laughing, saying, he is a silly man. There were also reports that Noah's family and all the animals got into the boat just before it started to rain, and it is said to have rained for 40 days and 40 nights. When the rain stopped, everyone said, hooray. Noah sent a bird called a dove out to explore, and it came back with an olive branch, which meant that somewhere there was some dry land. As soon as it was safe, Noah and the animals are said to have left the boat. And news just in, God put a rainbow in the sky to remind Noah and us that he keeps his promises. You heard it here first. I'm Teresa Green and you're watching VKIDS News. Good morning. What a great story that is. That's one of your favourites, isn't it, Hamilton? Yes, he loves that story. So we're going to head over to our response time now. And yep. So Hamilton says, if you can grab a piece of paper, you can join in with me because I'm going to be showing you how to make a boat. So go and grab that paper and we'll head over to our response time. Hi guys, I love that story of Noah and having to build that big boat and all the animals coming in. And I thought it would be really fun this morning if I showed you how to make a boat, then we could see if we could put some animals in it as well. Because remember in our story, Noah followed God and God asked Noah to build that huge boat. And I think when he was building it, a lot of people must have wondered what he was doing, but he was following what God had asked him to do. So he just carried on doing it, didn't he? And he had to build the boat big enough for all the animals and all his family to fit into it. So I don't think our boat's going to be quite that big this morning, but I thought that we could try and making it. So you need to get one piece of paper and then you're going to fold it in half one way, open it up again, and then fold it in half the other way. That's it. And then swivel it around. And then you're going to fold the 2 corners in, a little bit like if you were making a paper aeroplane, I think. That's it. And then it's looking like this. So you're going to take a bit at the bottom and on the other side. So now it looks a little bit like a hat. Okay. And so the next bit is, if you imagine that you're going to put the hat on your head, but don't quite put it on your head and just keep bringing it out to the side. And then you'll just see these little edges here, which you can just tuck one in one side and one in the other side, so it's nice and neat. And then again, we're going to fold those bits back, and the same on the other side. And then tuck your fingers in the middle and then just bring it out like this. Now, this is the very fun part where we see if all our folding has gone right. So then you're going to just pull out the top bits there, and you should have a little boat like that. So in our story, remember, God took 2 of every kind of animal and all his family into a boat, and it rained and rained and rained and rained for 40 days and 40 nights. But even then, when it stopped raining, it wasn't the end. Even then, they had to wait in this boat for over a year for the water to go down, and then they sent out the dove, and then they knew that God had kept his promise, didn't they? So, should we see if we can make this boat float on the water? So I've got my water here, so we're going to pop the boat on there. There we go, it's doing well. Now, shall I try and put some animals in it, do you think? Let's go for these 2. Still floating. And these 2. Oh. Yeah. So even during the storms, God promises to be with us. He never left them. He never left them in that boat. So God always promises to stay with us, whether things are going well or things are a bit more difficult. He's always going to be with us in the storms, and he's always got a plan. So see if you can make these boats at home. And don't forget to send in your pictures to VKIDS@vintagechurchla.com so we can see how you guys have been getting on. Well, I hope you all enjoyed making those boats, and don't forget you can always watch our videos back on the Vintage Church YouTube page under the VKids section if you want to watch that back again to make those boats. And now we've got our memory verse, and it's quite a long verse, so I've sent Hamilton off to his house to practice that for you, and you might need to put your thinking caps on for this one because there are a lot of words. Over to you, Hamilton. Hello everybody, Hamilton here, great to see you all. Now our memory verse today is one of my favourites. It's rather long, but you're all so smart, I know you can do it. It's from the book of Jeremiah in the Old Testament, and it's Jeremiah 29 verse 11. And here it is, are you ready? Here we go, it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." Now, I'm going to hand over to my friend Glinda the gardener, who's going to explain a bit more. See you soon, bye!
Hi friends, my name is Glinda the gardener, and welcome to my garden. Today we're going to look at Jeremiah 29:11, which says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." We have Mr. Sloth and Bunny Boo Boo here to help me out, so let's get started. Alright, Bunny Boo Boo, are you ready to garden? Yes, I am very ready to garden. Here's the greenhouse with all the dirt. Lavender and poppy. So I'm going to plant these and let's see if they bloom. They're really small, see? Into the soil. I need some water, so I'm going to get my water dispenser right here. Make sure it's evenly distributed, the water. Let's wait and see what happens.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, let's check on them. Do you see any flowers? What? Oh, put more water in it? Okay, let's see. I put some more water in it. Oh, Boo Boo Bunny, you want to tell me something? Oh, count to 10 again? All right, friends, can you help me count to 10?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I don't see any flowers, do you? What? What's going on? Why aren't there any flowers? I think you need to have some patience. Patience? What's that? It means to wait. Waiting is great. Thank you, Mr. Sloth. That's a great reminder. We should wait, right? Yeah. Oh my goodness, look at the greenhouse. Mr. Sloth, are you so excited? Look at what happened when we waited. You were right. We needed patience. When we wait, the flowers bloomed just in time. That's amazing. So let's go back to our memory verse of Jeremiah 29:11, which says that God has a plan and a future for us. And sometimes it might feel like we're trapped or we're stuck, but really, we're just waiting. We're waiting for these seeds in our life to grow, for it to germinate, for it to blossom in its due time. So be encouraged, and I will see you on the next adventure. Bye!
Hi guys, it's Jenny Jogsalot here. I've just nipped out of my dance rehearsal here in Melbourne, Australia, just to get you guys warmed up for your worship song today. Now, it's a new song. It's all about how God is our waymaker. He's a miracle worker and He's a promise keeper, which is so great after our story of Noah and our memory verse about how God has plans for us. Great. So, I'm going to teach you the actions first to get us warmed up a little bit. So, it goes like this. We've got waymaker. It's almost like you're making a river. That's it. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. Our God, that is who you are. Let's try it one more time. So it goes, waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Great, you've got it right. I'm not going to let you guys get away with no cardio. As you know, I've been jogging for over 10 years now. You know, sometimes just to get the bus, or sometimes if I'm being like chased by a dog or something, sometimes for fun, which we're going to do today. So we're going to jog for 10 seconds, then we're going to go straight into our worship, okay? Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. And you are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keep. Light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You are here, turning lives around. I worship you. I worship you. You are here and you're healing every heart. I worship you, yeah. I worship you. And you are
great song about how God is the way maker and he works miracles and he keeps his promises. I love that song. It's been so great having you join with us again for another VKIDS Sunday, and don't forget we've got all our fun activities for the week online at vintagechurchla.com/VKIDS, so go and check that out. But for now, it's goodbye from me in Hamilton, and we'll see you next week. Bye!